You're going to YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's going to YouTube. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all different shapes and sizes and colors and everything else in between. This is Empty Slate. Are we on number 33? Is that right?
Uh, yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
think according to YouTube, we were a little off on one.
Okay. So I think we're on episode 33. If not, I'll change it. But welcome to our show. I'm here with Russ. I am Chris. This is Russ. I'm here with you.
I am here with you on the day of this day.
Yeah. What's happening, buddy?
Man, it's been a fun day. I don't know if you heard, but Adrian Beltre is officially a Hall of Famer.
I heard.
That is some pretty kick-ass news for him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
First ballot.
Wasn't he the one that dropped the winning fly ball?
No,
No, who was that?
that was Nelson Cruz.
Okay.
Adrian Beltre played third base, not outfield.
I get them mixed up. I'm
It's
not a
all right.
baseball man.
I got Nuggets -5, Knicks -3, and Utah to win. Am I becoming a degenerate gambler? Don't
Yeah,
ask.
well,
Don't ask.
yeah.
Right now, the Nuggets are winning by 7.
As
I
long as
want
it
some.
doesn't consume your life.
Nah. I just like winning extra money. I'm hoping.
So, right before we went live, you hit us with some breaking news about WWE. Would you care to elaborate?
No, it ain't but breaking. It's been happening all day.
Well, it's breaking to me. I'm not in the in crowd, I guess.
You ain't got to be in the in crowd.
I
You
got
just
other
gotta.
shit going on, like
You just gotta
Costco
look at.
runs
You just
and
gotta look at social
stuff.
media every once in a while.
Oh yeah, that.
Yes.
I,
You
um,
gotta be in the in crowd.
yeah, that's us.
You have 2 29s. Thanks, Chris. Or
That's
Brian.
Brian.
Whatever.
Yeah, we figured that out. Actually, Russell figured that out.
Yeah, I figured that out the other day. I was sitting at the desk and I was like, I'll look at our Facebook page, and I was like, oh, we have 2 29s.
When you're as big and successful as we are, it's hard to keep track.
I know, right? I don't even think Brian's in there anymore. It just says one person watching. I think it's me. So yeah, I'm okay. Honestly, to me, this is it's interesting, and it's the rich getting richer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the WWE, the well, not the WWE, but Monday Night Raw, um, is leaving USA Network in 2025, and they're going to Netflix. Um, there's a lot of ins and outs, and all the behind the scenes stuff that I don't know a lot of it, and when it comes to money and numbers wise, um,
Appreciate it, buddy.
when it comes to money and numbers wise, I don't really like, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to especially when it comes to the money, like good gosh, man, the rich get richer. But
Yeah.
the cool thing about it is, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's cool, but the thing about it that's happening. So Raw is leaving the USA Network. SmackDown is eventually leaving Fox, which I think is also in 2025. SmackDown is going to USA. Raw is going to Netflix. Netflix Netflix paid um, almost 5 billion
Jesus.
for 10 years. They have an option to opt out after 5, or after 5 they can extend it to 20 years. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Um, the Raw, whatever day it may be on, is going ad free. So there will be questions on, will Raw stay 3 hours? those are some of the questions that that I kind of have. Just because I do watch Raw on Mondays. It is a 3-hour show on Mondays, but it's also like filled with commercials. So
Yeah, there's a lot of commercials.
yeah. So is it still going to be 3 hours, or without commercials, is it going to be like a 2.5 hour show or a 2 hour show? I really think that they could get everything that they need to get in on Raw in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think. And so it looks like in 2025, the WWE is doing a lot of moving and shaking. NXT is also leaving the USA Network, and they're going to the CW Network.
Okay, that was my next question. So
Yeah.
CW's taking NXT.
Yes.
CW's gonna have a lot of stuff next year.
Yeah, they are. They really have stepped their sports game up.
Yeah.
And that's a different animal, if you ask me. Because you ask somebody in the DFW area, what do you know about the CW network, and they're going to tell you, I
Channel
don't know.
33, maybe.
Yeah,
They
Channel
might
30
know that.
Channel 33. Yeah, I used to watch The Simpsons on there at 6:30.
Yeah.
They used to have Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Smallville.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
the only thing I remember.
That's basically what I can
Vampire
tell you.
Diaries, maybe.
I never watched that one. I didn't watch Buffy. I just knew it came on before Smallville because I watched Smallville. But
One Tree Hill.
I do remember One Tree. I don't want to be anything. No copyrights. But so there's a lot of moving and shaking for the WWE going into 2025. But kind of like I said, the rich keep getting richer. So it's an interesting move. There's a lot of things going on in the wrestling world right now that are kind of odd, not odd, but different. AEW is attempting to get a large contract from Warner Brothers and to join, to join the NBA in part of their live streaming stuff. How could this contract affect that? So there's a lot of odd things that are happening in the wrestling world like I said, the rich keep getting richer.
Right.
And
so
go ahead.
Well, my thing is, we don't know what day Raw's going to be on. And will it be to all subscribers to Netflix or just the more higher tiered? Like me, I just subscribe to the base model Netflix now, where it's $7 and you get ads and all that kind of crap because there's nothing on Netflix right now that I want to watch. So that's kind of like my thing.
But see, that's the thing. You pay $7.99 for Netflix, you still get every single thing that I get, but you just have to watch ads.
And it's 1080p and it's one stream.
Okay, but you still get everything that I get.
Yeah,
and I pay the $10.99 or $9.99, whatever it is. So
I was paying upwards towards like $27 a month, so I can get 4K and multiple streams and all that kind of shit.
See, I don't remember. That was a nice steal. I don't remember exactly, what our Netflix consists of, but like, I don't. To me, I don't think there's tiers, and I don't think there's going to be tiers. I think it's just going to be, if you pay for Netflix, you get it.
Okay.
But that's just, that's going to be something interesting to see.
It's like kind of like how Peacock is. Like I pay the base model Peacock, but I don't see a difference in the premium, the $10.99 or $9.99 Peacock versus the $5.99 Peacock.
Right.
Like I don't see. I still get all the premium live events, and that's another question I have. Are all the premium live events going to be on Peacock? Are they going to have all the old stuff?
So this is just Raw.
Why is it so? I understand it's money, right? I get that. Money is a huge driving factor on all this. But as a consumer of their content, why can we not get it all in one spot? That's why I thought the WWE network was a great platform to have. And I would pay, I was paying what, $10.99 a month for the WWE network.
The network was great. I don't know. I don't know. Really and truly, I think money has had the ultimate downfall for the network. Um, I just, I really think that I'll be honest, I really think it came down to the WWE realized it's a lot harder to have our own network
Right.
and to manage it, and we can just let somebody else do it. And that's why they put it up for bid. That's why that's why Peacock bought it. Um, and that's why ultimately ended up there. Um, does does the stream does because the Peacock network or the Peacock contract, I think our buddy Andrew was telling me it ends summer 2026, I think. So
Hopefully that gets extended because I like it on Peacock, to be honest with you. I like the whole library. Like, and that's another thing. Are they going to have old Raw episodes and are they going to be live?
yes, they're going to be live. It's
They
not.
are.
It's they're not. It's yeah. It's going to be live on Netflix.
So will they carry old Raws?
I don't know if they're going to carry them like seasons. I don't know. I haven't really.
Because I think Peacock has them, but they only have them up to, what is it, last year?
Yeah, you could be right about that.
See, and that's what bothers me right now is that, like, if I don't record it on, and this is what I like about Netflix too, is that if I don't set my DVR, which I don't have a physical DVR anymore, I don't think very many people do. But if
No,
I don't,
It's all cloud based now.
yeah, if I don't record it, then I'm out. You know, there's nowhere to go back and rewatch it like you could. Let's say Chicago
Hulu.
Fire. Raw's not on Hulu.
It's not.
No, SmackDown is.
Oh, I thought Raw was too. Hmm.
Yeah, SmackDown is. I don't believe Raw is because I haven't seen it. I've looked for it, and God, these glasses are getting my nerves. So
I'm I'm very interested to see where it goes, but I'm also kind of skeptical. So we'll see what happens. There's going to be a lot of moving and shaking for, like I said, there's going to be a lot of moving and shaking for wrestling in the next coming months. Um, I think it's hilarious to me that this deal got done. WWE basically not necessarily. No, they did. They signed a new deal with Netflix for almost $5 billion, and AEW can't sell 2,000 tickets to their staple Wednesday night show, and yet people want to tell me that AEW is thriving.
yeah,
So
I cannot sit.
okay,
Since
okay,
we're on wrestling, I cannot sit through an AEW show. I
it's bad.
it's bad. There's
It's not.
nothing appealing about it.
It's not formatted well. It's
No.
not. Uh, the talent is mediocre. The good talent that they have is either gone
On the way out.
or on the way out or hurt. Um, the EVPs are. How far are we in? Give me 15 seconds. Um, the EVPs are 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 15 minutes. Okay, the EVPs are fucking jackoffs. They are the biggest bunch of dipshits that you've ever seen in wrestling. They think their shit doesn't stink. They're fucking retarded on the mic. They can't cut a promo to save their life. They look like fucking idiots when they're on TV. They think that just because they went to Japan and they were in the Bullet Club that they're popular, but they're popular with about 10,000 fucking people. And that's about it. And those 10,000 people are all over Twitter and they're like, oh, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And you're like, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck off my TV. I don't care. I want nothing but no, they couldn't. You're right, bro. And enough from the brawl out, they couldn't manage a target. Yes, that's exactly what he said. And when he said that, it was true. They couldn't manage a target. They are taking a billionaire's money. And that billionaire looks at all his little wrestlers as his playthings. They're his little toys.
Yeah.
And he's always wanted to play wrestling booker. He's even admitted in interviews that he fantasy booked wrestling in his basement or wherever the fuck he did it. And
he's doing a shitty job.
It's not a good product. There are certain aspects on there that are entertaining, but the rest of it, it's a bag of dicks. And it is what it is. Like I'm tired of people telling me that AEW is going to survive and be around for a long time. Even their biggest supporter. Come on, Utah, make a basket. Their biggest supporter, Mr. Dave Meltzer, even said today or yesterday or somewhere on his one of his shows, they're turning into WCW of 2000.
Yeah, I could see that.
Their attendance is barely breaking 2,000, and everybody's talking about how they're going to get this big deal from Warner Brothers, and they're not. They're not. It's a fatal
The leader
like
of Blockhead
TNA,
Nation.
Kesha, Magic. Yeah, I it really is. But
wasn't
it is.
Bischoff on? He wasn't with AEW, was he?
No, he appeared on like 2 episodes.
Okay.
And like no, he's not under any kind of contract or anything like that. He appeared on like 2 episodes, and I think he did that just because he knew he could get some money out of the billionaire.
I was gonna say easy paycheck.
That's why Sting's doing it. That's why Edge is doing it. That's why Flair's doing it.
Yeah, get it while you can.
They're milking the billionaire.
Yeah,
just milk the teat.
So with all the new TV stuff going to streaming, do you see, like, we all know that NASCAR is going streaming next year on Amazon and HBO Max. So do you see that as a future for other sports entities, or like NBA going exclusive streaming, or the NFL? We saw the exclusive streaming of a playoff game on Peacock.
Yeah, and I don't think they'll ever do that again.
Yeah, I don't think so. For sports like that, it should be national audience. I'm not a fan of Monday Night Football on ESPN. I think Monday Night Football should be, if it's a national sport, like 9 out of 10 Americans love football. I'm throwing.
And what kills me about the whole thing is, like, for someone like yourself, you're a Packer fan. You pay for the NFL ticket.
Yeah.
When it says every game, you should get every game.
Right.
You should be able to click onto your NFL app and watch every game.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter if it's in market or not. And that's what pisses me off.
And it also shouldn't matter if it's on Monday or Thursday or Saturday. If you're on the road and you're on a train and you're at a stop and you're on lunch or something, you should be able to pull your phone up and go to the app and watch the game.
Yeah. If I'm at the hotel, I should be able to watch whatever game I want to watch.
Right. You shouldn't have to. And so that's why personally, I do think that I don't think that any of your major four will ever go streaming on their own networks exclusively. I don't think that'll happen. Um, for one, they make too much money
Well,
on.
Amazon did just buy Bally.
Well, no, they didn't buy them out. They didn't buy them. They bought them out. They bought them out of bankruptcy, or they
Which
helped them out. They helped them out of bankruptcy. They didn't
which
buy them out. They helped them out of
they
bankruptcy.
have rights to their content.
Right, but they didn't buy Bally. They just basically bought them out on their bankruptcy. They didn't buy them. They didn't purchase because
They have
there
a
are,
majority share in Bally
but
Sports.
they didn't buy the company. The company was bankrupt. They
Yeah,
didn't buy Bally Sports.
they bought them out of bankruptcy.
They bought them out of bankruptcy. They didn't buy Bally Sports because
Which
Bally Sports, nobody wants to buy the name anyway because it's got to leave a bad taste in your mouth, makes you want to throw up.
right. So
But
with them
but the
doing
thing about
that,
it is, see, this is where you just shut your mouth and you let Daddy talk.
yes, sir.
The thing about it is, believe me, I read multiple articles on this because I'm still like, what the fuck? Like, what are you supposed to do? Because I'm a baseball fan. I love the Rangers. Well, if you go back and you look at some of the articles, the Rangers are one of the teams. There's like three teams that were in um, negotiating talks with Bally to try to renegotiate a TV deal. But then Bally filed for bankruptcy. And so there are still three teams that are just kind of sitting in limbo. Right now, those three teams are the Rangers, the Indians, and somebody else. I can't remember the other team. They're three baseball teams. The Mavs and the Stars. The Mavs just announced today that there's like 18 games now that are going to be played exclusively on WFAA Channel 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Cuban's already said that they're not going to Bally. So I I think there's some contract negotiation stuff that needs to happen with some of these teams. But like you could see like so the way I understand this, if you and I we don't know for sure. We don't know when this is gonna like all take over and platform stuff. But the way that I understand it right now is the teams that were in their contracts with Bally, they're still going to have the way that I thought I'll show you this article that I have too. I'll send it to you when we get done. But the way that I understood this whole thing is there's still going to be their networks. There's still going to be a Bally Southwest or whatever. But those games are also going to be streaming on Amazon.
Okay.
So, but the thing about it is, and what I don't know and what I still haven't figured out, is it going to be like if you know when you go to ESPN and it's like log into your provider, are you going to have to log into a provider
Right. Okay.
when you go over to Amazon and like, or is it just going to be your Amazon subscription?
Okay.
Are you going to have to be subscribed to Prime, or
I didn't think about that.
what I wish would happen if this all Amazon conglomerate thing happens? I wish that it would, and this is just my brain thinking, okay, could this be a possibility? Why not all these teams that are under this Bally umbrella that just got bought out by Amazon from their bankruptcy? Why wouldn't Amazon just say, okay, Jeff Bezos, we're proposing to you to create Amazon Prime Sports. Boom. You subscribe to Amazon Prime Sports and you get all your local market channels,
Yeah.
especially if they were under that umbrella.
Right.
Mavs, Stars, Rangers. If they were under that umbrella, boom. Amazon Prime Sports, you get those games. Why not? Like that to me would be something that I would pay for.
Right.
Fuck, if it was $20.99, I'd pay for it. You get 162 games for baseball. You get every Stars game. You get every Mavs game. I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
All three of those, you're going to get one of those sometime in the year. There's not a spot in the year where there's not one of those types of games on or sports on.
You're right.
Maybe you pay a little extra and you get out of market games if you want that.
Well, I thought that's what the MLB network was.
Well, yes. I mean, well, so I did. Oh my God, I'm not gonna hit that parlay either. Jesus. I did 1 year pay for, what was it called? I think it's MLB Extra Inning. Is that what it was called? There's an MLB there was an MLB subscription that I paid for 1 year, probably 9-10 years ago. Um, that I could watch every single Ranger game on my phone or on the MLB network. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but and I think I paid $13.99 a month. Um, but I don't remember exactly what it was called. I think it was MLB Extra Inning, but don't hold me to that. I can't remember exactly. Um, but what the heck was that?
Only fans like.
I saw a light at Walmart yesterday. Was it yesterday? Was it Walmart? Yeah. And it made me think of your OF light. And it said what it said did they call it a selfie light? I think they called it a selfie light or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, that ain't what that is.
That is not what it is. It's only fans like.
Yeah. But no, so that was my brainchild of own was Prime Amazon Prime Sports. I was like, man, go for it,
Dude, that would
Amazon.
be awesome.
Like, go for it. Like, and then offer do like Amazon Prime Sports, okay? And then if you're gonna have the deal with the Thursday Night Football, then make that an option. Make that an addable package.
Well, it should already be on there because I mean you're paying for Prime. So
True. So yeah, then you got all four.
my thing is like you said with the NFL Sunday ticket. I have to pay. I paid $400. Some people say it's stupid. For me, it was kind of worth it. Um, I had to pay $400 for Sunday ticket to watch Green Bay games, but there was I think, 7 weeks of Green Bay games were aired here in the
that were
DFW
national. Yeah.
or national, and so I had to pay for NFL Plus.
See, and that's where those assholes get you too. And like, that's I mean, really and truly, in I mean, we've kind of gone on a tangent, but I mean,
We
it makes
always
sense.
do.
Uh-huh.
We always do.
That's why we are who we are. The thing that irks me the most is that that's how they get you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like even with like you said with Netflix, you pay the base and you have commercials. Like for us, we pay the base and we have commercials in Hulu. You know,
Yeah.
and but we also pay the base and we get the Disney Plus and we got that little package deal where it's ESPN Plus, Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and Hulu.
I got that too, but I don't have any ads.
See, ours has ads for some reason, but it's I don't know. Like I get it, people are get sick of watching commercials and all that kind of crap, but it's like in the end, to me, really, it's just the thing to me is it's just killing regular TV.
It is. Absolutely
And
is.
so, once it's all said and done, and when the dust all settles and it's all said and done, I really feel like in the end, a, a lot of things are going to be streaming. Um, I mean, like right now, I have Direct TV stream.
Yeah.
and but
That's no
I
different
was
than YouTube TV or Hulu Live or anything.
right,
So I mean, it's the same.
but I was lucky enough that my brother knew someone. Um,
You knew someone that stole somebody.
no, I'm trying to figure out how I can word this without going to jail. Um, let's just say, I have a new setup, and I can tell you more about it off air. Um, but the new setup is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, I'm currently watching the Pelicans and the Utah Jazz in an out of market game, and I'm just watching the arena feed because I'm watching the halftime show, which is a magic show.
Cool.
Yeah. So you know, what the fuck did that happen?
So, needless to say, that streaming is going to change the face of sports, and not just sports, but sports entertainment, and it's already starting to change everything that we watch as we know it right now.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's. I'll tell you the fact that we have. Well, the fact that you have. I mean, let's be honest. The fact that we have the ability to pull up our phones and watch an NFL game
Yeah.
is still pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's technology's pretty awesome. It's
It
good to
can
be
be.
back.
It can be pretty bad.
Um, I hope the Stars gave up a couple goals here.
So there's some other news in the world that's happened this week. We wanted to talk about. I mean, we're not just a sports. Well, do we want to talk about what happened first before we go into that? About my beloved Packers, or do we? Are we good? I
Oh,
think
I
we're.
mean,
I think
hey,
we're good.
I think no, oh no, wait a minute, bitch. No, hang on, bitch. Um, we are gonna talk about it for a second because first of all, I'm going to admit y'all put up a hell of a fight, and I was cheering for y'all. That
Thank
was a
you.
part of me. There was a part of me that wanted to see y'all win. And I'll tell you this: the reason why is if y'all would have came out and y'all would have won, and y'all would have beat San Fran, that would have made our loss feel a lot better.
You should have
Because
felt. You should have felt better about it anyway.
yeah, I mean, I don't the waste management. There's not
They're green
waste
and yellow.
management. Waste management is
It's
are
green
they?
and yellow, not green and gold.
I thought waste management was green and white. No, they
No,
are green and yellow.
yeah, but Green Bay's green and gold there, Brian.
Oh, my stream's lagging. Um, but I will say this: I don't think the Packers. I mean, I don't think the Niners are that good.
No,
Um, because y'all aren't that good,
thanks.
and
And Dallas didn't. Dallas is even
we aren't
worse.
that good. We were underprepared, outmatched, and looked like we had our heads in our ass. Y'all came to play. We didn't.
Yeah,
Um, y'all came to play again on Sunday against the Niners, and I be honest, I don't think there's anything that tells me any different because of the weather. I still think that y'all were prepared. Lafleur had the team ready. Love is better than people think he is.
hmm
I do not want to hear anybody tell me that Brock Purdy is an MVP.
no,
Because if Brock Purdy doesn't have, we've seen it. If Brock Purdy doesn't have Debo or George Kittle or CMC, he has his head on backwards.
Yeah.
And I, unless the NFL is rigged,
We can
and
get into that. We can get into
there are
that.
people that think it is, and we can talk about that shortly when we talk about the Super Bowl. Unless the NFL is rigged, I do not see any kind of way that Detroit does not mollywop the shit out of them.
I see it too. I
Detroit is
aside from the NFL logo or the Super Bowl logo conspiracy that's going on, I don't see any reason why, like you said, unless it is scripted or predetermined or whatever, that Detroit doesn't go in there and just mollywop them and just beat the hell out of them.
that 49ers team is not that good.
And Debo's out.
And Debo's not going to play. That Detroit team is
They are
good.
rolling.
And Dan Campbell has that team on all cylinders.
Yep.
They are firing.
It's like they're feeding out of the palm of his hand.
Yes.
Just whatever he's feeding them, they're soaking it up, you know?
It's like to me, it's like he I don't know. To me, it's like he's coaching for his life, and his life doesn't even depend on it.
Yeah.
You know,
If
what
he
I mean?
doesn't
Like,
win Coach of the Year, I don't know who should.
if they beat San Fran, he will. I think he does. But there are a lot of people that think that somebody was saying the other day that they think that Indy's coach was going to make it. And I was like, what the hell would he going to make it? I mean, that doesn't even
They
make
didn't
any
even make the
sense.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Playoffs.
Play. But no, like I just like, where the hell is that pin?
Brian throws up here. If anyone deserves to be in the Super Bowl after 30 years or so of dismal football, it's Detroit. You're 100% right. And I knew Detroit was going to be trouble after last season, after the way they came on strong at the end of last season. I told you at the beginning of this season in one of our episodes that
I think you're itch.
Watch out, because Detroit is the real deal, and Detroit will be a force to be reckoned with. And I believe they are. I believe they're going to the Super Bowl. I believe we're going to have a Detroit, Kansas City.
Oh God, no! Don't say that. I will say this, and I said this Sunday. If Kansas City makes it to the Super Bowl, I won't watch.
No.
I will not be force fed Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
No.
I'm sorry. I love football, and Super Bowl is one of the biggest games of the year. But I will not be force fed Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I just won't be able to do it. I will go find something else to do.
We'll go shoot guns in the pasture behind your house or something.
I will not be able to do it because for one, I think Baltimore's better than KC.
Thank you, Brian.
I think Baltimore's better than KC. But the thing about it is, and I even saw somebody say this on Twitter, that the worst part about it is KC has to play two teams on Sunday. They have to play Kansas City and the referees.
Baltimore?
I mean Baltimore, excuse me.
Yeah.
They got to play two teams. They got to play the refs and they got to play the Chiefs.
That's why I don't think they can do both.
Yeah.
And you know that Mahomes is going to cry for every penalty they can get, and they're going to do it. They're going to throw a flag. There's going to be at least one roughing the passer call.
Hey, I was surprised they didn't call any in this last game. But that damn pass interference they called late in that game was horse.
That was horseshit.
That was god awful. And like you got to beat the referees, and especially when it comes to the Chiefs. The only thing that you know, I've been saying it on Twitter, and I've seen a couple of shit posters talk about it on some of the NFL Facebook pages that I'm on. But they talk about how the best way to hide that the NFL is scripted is to change the teams, and that's why people were like, "That's why it's going to be the Chiefs and the Lions," and I'm like, "Y'all are fucking idiots." I'm like, just because the color's there, but it is hilarious that the last 3 years the logo has come out way
And
before the
the
Super Bowl, and the colors match up with the teams.
and the winner of the Super Bowl was the bottom color.
Okay, I didn't go that far deep into it, but I'll have to look at
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah. So like the Super Bowl with the Rams and the Bengals, orange is on top and yellow is on bottom.
Okay.
Last year, green on top, red on bottom. Eagles and Chiefs.
Was it? I don't No, I thought it was backwards. Hang on, let's see.
While you do that, I'm going to read this. Have some exciting news I do not mind sharing on here, but I voted in first. Asked to be a board member for Running Free Ranch. That's cool, Brian.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. What is Running Free Ranch? What was that?
Oh, wait. I don't know.
Anyway,
I didn't. That must have been you, bro.
no, it wasn't me this
It wasn't
time.
me.
Oh, okay, cool. Equestrian therapy, Brian says.
Yeah.
In case people don't know it, Brian is the founder of the YFB Network, which is something we are a member of. He has a podcast comes out every single Saturday without fail, it seems like. Peanuts and MMA, which is a weird combination, but he finds a way to make it work.
Yeah, green was on top. It's not really a green though. It's more of a teal. It's more of like a teal green.
Yeah, but if you look at the promo videos, it works very well against the.
Well, no, I'm actually looking at the exact logos.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's more of a teal green, but yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. And the thing about it is on this year's logo, there's not a lot of red.
Yeah.
There's more purple than there is anything. But I mean, I can see it. I can see where people are like, this stuff looks bland.
I mean, I swear to God, if it is the what is it, gold and purple? Is that what it is?
What?
This year's? Or is it red and purple?
No, it's like
There's a shitload of purple in it. I know.
It's majority purple, and then like the V, and then two of the eyes have just a little glaze of red across the top.
Okay.
So and like with the one from last year, there's a crap ton of a green and a teal color, and then there's just like red in certain spots.
Same thing with the yellow. There's a little bit of yellow and a lot of
like orange.
orange.
Yeah. It looks more red in this picture here, but it is, I don't know. I like I said, I really thought that for one, y'all's game was really good. It was an excellent game, and then the late game on Sunday night was really good up until about the end, and I was just really disappointed in. But I mean, we've been disappointed in the officiating all year, so
not just the officiating, but the fake punt that the Bills did. That was dumb. The game wasn't over yet. They got lucky with a fumble out through the end zone.
That was, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah, me either.
And the fact that they didn't even capitalize on it, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they didn't get a point off of that shit.
No, and
that field goal,
Diggs doing his thing, and then the way the field goal went,
that field goal, there must have been just a burst of breeze because that thing looked like it was dead on, and then all of a sudden it went whoop, and I was like, "What just happened?" I was like, "How did that just happen?" It looked like it was dead on, then it just curved off. I was like,
I don't know of any other team other than the Cowboys to have that kind of, is it luck or heartbreak?
Heartbreak. And that is the story.
I mean,
that is the absolute story of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. I mean,
3
in the
years in a
same,
row,
yeah.
the Chiefs have owned them.
I really thought this was the year because I was
I
like,
did
Josh
too.
Allen at home, Bills Mafia going to show up and show out. That place was loud. You had Tony Romo doing the call. I mean, everything lined up, right?
Yeah.
Except for the
I,
officials.
I mean, I just was blown away by that game.
You know, this
Um,
officiating crew that's going to do the AFC Championship game is the one. I think it's the same. It might be the same one, but I know it's the one same crew that the Chiefs won in the wild card.
interesting.
I think they are really hard against. They're hard on the home team,
Hmm.
so it might be the same crew as the Buffalo game then, because they. I was I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head, but there's a huge stat. It's like 9 out of 10 penalties go against the home team with this crew.
Hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah, something wild like that. Like there's a ton. But
Hmm.
sports, NFL conspiracies aside, there is another race going on, and it's the race to be our next president. And one of the front runners just dropped out. Actually, two, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I mean, we're behind on the times, but yeah.
Well, Ron DeSantis dropped, and didn't Ramaswamy drop too?
Well, Ramaswamy dropped when he kind of did really. I'm not gonna say he did really bad. Well, he did pretty bad in Iowa, but Ramaswamy dropped in Iowa, and then um, DeSantis dropped shortly after that. Um, Trump won, or he was winning. I mean, I think he
No, he
pretty
did.
much.
He won pretty 53-45, I think.
Yeah, so he won. He won South or
New
New
Hampshire.
Hampshire. Next state, South Carolina. Um, that's it is Nikki Haley's home state. I
I
hope
don't
I
know
don't.
anybody who would want to vote for her.
I hope I don't offend anybody when I say this, but and there's not very many people that are watching except for Brian and myself. And um, excuse me, hang on 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, I started to get choked up. I had like a dry
Really
spot.
glad you muted that.
Yeah, that was gonna be that was a loud one. But when I say this, I say this. Um, no, I'm just gonna say it. Nikki Haley's a dumb bitch.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say the C word, but yeah,
No,
she is.
no. Nikki Haley is not a smart person.
No.
Um, but I also think that she has some really dumbass people that work in her cabinet that aren't really feeding her the right information. But you should also be smart enough to know what you're saying when you do say it, especially
Right.
like when you come out after the Iowa caucus and you say this is a 2-person race. No, it was still a
Mhm.
3.
Yeah.
Ramaswamy was the only one to drop out that night. DeSantis didn't drop out until a
Day
couple
before
days later.
yesterday.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 days later.
Yeah.
So no, it was still 3. And then
And she's not even in it, but I
and
don't
then
see how
she
she can be in it.
and then she said something like she thought she finished second in the voting and she came in third.
Yeah.
Like it was Trump, DeSantis, then her.
Yeah.
Like she she's a rhino. Um
You got to, what does it stand for again?
uh oh shit. I don't want to fuck it up. Sorry. Um oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill myself. No, I'm not gonna no, don't say that.
Yeah. You can't say you're going to unalive yourself. Republican in name only. Thank you, Brian.
There you go. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Brian, not Ryan. Yeah, Republican in name only.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
She does not line up with a lot of Republican views. She thinks she does, but she's bought out by she's bought out by the Democratic Party terribly. And I don't really, I mean, she said I'm the only one that can beat Joe Biden. Like,
Wow. Yeah, on the
nobody
Democratic
wants,
ticket.
yeah, nobody wants you as, nobody wants, like,
No.
she
She
did her
wants us to
little,
work till 70.
she did her little press conference deal when they announced that Trump had won the New Hampshire. And there are people cheering in there. It sounds like there's 15 people in the room. Like there was one guy in there, just he kept yelling, "Oh, we love you, Niki! We love you, Niki! Trump's an idiot!" And he was just yelling random shit like that. And I'm like,
It's probably her husband.
no, she said he was at home. May have been her
Lover.
road hubby. I don't know.
Road dick.
Do you know? Just like, just I don't know, man. Like, I I know we don't try to get too political, but goodness gracious, this really is going to be one of the biggest elections of our
Sounds like an
lives.
AEW audience on Wednesday. Toomey had church that night. Yeah.
Like it's going to be the biggest election of our lives.
Shit, I thought 2020 was.
Well,
This
I
summer's
mean,
gonna be really interesting. I'm gonna see. I'm interested to see if the Antifa and the BLM riots, all that shit's gonna take place again. It really seems to flare up every 4 years, especially here lately, 16, 20, and we'll see what happens this year.
yeah. I I mean, dude, the thing about it to me is that there's way too much conspiracy shit that goes on that just throws me off, man.
You can call it conspiracy, but when you look at it, it's not really because it is factual. I mean, especially with the BLM and the Antifa riots.
This is true.
So it's really hard to call that, a conspiracy when it the dates and timeline adds up. And Brian,
I,
yes, you do bring our show full circle, and you probably deserve the executive producer moniker more than myself.
oh, sorry.
He's our fact checker.
My wife is yelling at me to send her a photo.
Uh-oh.
No, you should see. I don't know how well you can see this. Like that's the fog behind my house.
Oh, wow.
You
That's
couldn't
awesome.
you can't see, like, you know how if you stood on my back porch you can see those gas wells back there?
Yeah.
You could barely see the damn field back there.
I know I went for my run after supper, and man, it was pretty foggy.
Yeah, it's thick. It seems to be thicker out here. Um Capitals and Sabres. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
failing at that.
I'm Capitals. Shit. Wait. Oh, it's a second. Okay. Um, there's one I want to hit. But I don't know if I'm going to. Actually, yes, both these games I can. So I yes, there is a lot of factual stuff behind like some of the stuff that we've talked about. Um, and like, the ballad stuffing and all that kind of stuff. But the thing that really just irks me is we have, like, the other day on Twitter there was a group of masked marauders.
Yeah, I saw it riding the subways. Was it New York?
Yeah, and they were like carrying American flags, and they were all masked up, and they were saying that they were like Republican, and I'm like,
Bullshit. No, you're
that's
not.
fake. Like that's
Yeah.
that's worse than the January 6th stuff where they like had fucking FBI agents and stuff in the crowd, like sending people to the Capitol. Like
Right.
there's massive amounts of footage of that now. and yet nothing's been done.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing that just irks me is like when nothing when I feel like nothing's going to get done. Sometimes I will say when I feel like nothing's going to get done, sometimes it really affects me to think about voting. You know what I mean? Like does your vote count?
Right.
You know what I mean? And that really it just, I mean, it irks me. It bothers me enough to where I second guess my given right to motherfucker. Oh, there went my parlay.
You know,
Um,
go ahead.
it throws me into a spot where I'm just like, I don't. Does my vote count? You know, or does it matter?
I believe that the vote counts more for local elections than anything else.
Yeah.
For so long I said that same thing, that my vote doesn't count, mainly because I was voting Democrat. And we all know Texas is a red state,
Right.
slowly changing. I'm not saying I am one now. My eyes have been opened, starting with the 2020 elections. And before that, you know, up to maybe 2018, I was hardcore Democrat. I started seeing things with my own eyes. Like, you know what? No, just no. I don't like the fact of their socialized ideology that they try to force on us.
Yeah.
I can't do.
Right.
And what I work hard for should not go to somebody in the welfare line,
Yeah.
you know, uh, weighing 350 pounds buying fudge rounds with my money. No, eat a fucking broccoli.
Well, and I think one of the things right now that like that I have in my brain that I want fixed is the border.
Yes.
And it is insulting to watch some of the videos that I see um daily.
Yeah.
And the fact that when those questions are asked to Biden, he says, "Give me more money." But yet he wants he wants to give more money to Ukraine. And it's like, okay, well, keep laundering your money for your fucking crackhead son
Yeah.
that, you know, has skipped out on paying taxes and is probably going to be held in contempt of Congress because he walked out of a congressional hearing and probably needs to go to the jail for multiple years because he has son of a bitch. And because he has,
Yes, sir,
pictures
Brian.
of hookers
Biden is a disgrace.
and he has pictures of hookers and random shit. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like it's just like right now, like I hate to say and sound cliche, but sometimes when you feel like your vote doesn't matter, your vote matters more than ever right now.
Right.
And I think that's a hard pill to swallow for some people, but I think for some people it's not. You know what I mean? Like some people realize, some people know it's now's the time to have your eyes open. Um, was it you to tell me about the Cat Williams interview?
Yes.
I'm almost all the way through it,
It's
and
long, isn't it?
it's long, but it's very entertaining.
It is.
It's very entertaining.
Dave Chappelle doesn't like it, but
Well, there's a lot of people in that circle that don't like
yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of them.
Hmm.
They don't like being called out. Like, they don't like. There's a lot of them that don't want to be
You
called out
know,
for their. evil ways.
The stuff, like going back to the voting and everything with the what was it, what did you call it, the stuffing of the ballots.
Yeah.
I
All
wonder
right.
how many people, especially Democrats, won't show up to vote thinking that, well, they'll just cheat again and they'll win it back, or go the other way with it. There's no way Donald Trump could win and contest it that way. I mean, okay, if Trump wins, which he should handedly, in my opinion, but if he does win, do you think we'll see another 4 more years of contesting the results and more trials and tribulations, or if he wins, can everybody just come to work and work on fixing this country?
It's it's strange to me, um, because some of the things that I've listened to on some political podcasts and some other things, um, and even popping on to um, CNN or watching clips on Twitter. There are people out there, and I mean, there are people out there that say when they decide to vote, there are some people out there that say they still won't vote for Biden, and there was one person that even said they weren't voting for Biden; they were going to um, write in ceasefire because they don't, and that's because that's a big thing with Democrats right
Yeah.
now. And the really, I'm not going to say the really fucked up part about it, but it really is a fucked up part. They don't even know what they're talking about. Like they have no clue of what they're actually talking about. Like, is it a ceasefire? Is that what they want, or do they even know what the laws are over there? Do they even know what the families over there are going through?
Right.
You know, or what do they say? Free Gaza or free Israel? Or, I mean, do any of these people that are screaming this and blocking off roads and all this random dumb shit that some of these people are doing in these protests, do they even have a clue?
No. Like
And
gays for Palestine, do they not realize you take that shit over there, you will be beheaded
they gonna cut
instantly?
your head off faster than you can say hiccup
Yeah. Like, I don't understand it. Why do people not realize that?
because they don't educate themselves. And I'm not going to say that I'm educated enough to do anything
You're
like
right,
that,
Brian. Follow the follower.
but it's it's
It's like blind leading the blind.
honestly it's hilarious to me.
It's
It,
sad.
yeah,
It- our country has become a joke. We are the laughing stock of the entire world. It's ridiculous.
I
Even
mean,
if Trump gets in, that's not going to change, because I feel like we'll be just another 4 more years of bickering and bantering between red and blue states, and Democrats and Republicans never going to work together and never going to fix a single thing. Trump's going to come in, if he wins, which he should, again, handedly. But Trump will come in and negate every single thing that Biden did, which he should. And then what? His 4 years is up. We get a Democrat president. He's going to undo everything that Trump just did, just
yeah.
like Biden did.
Well, and not not to like sound cliche, but not to I mean, not sound cliche, but to quote Oliver Anthony, it's a damn shame what the world's got to do.
Yeah, it
You
really
know,
is.
I mean, it's you know,
We're bleeding money left and right out of this country for this bullshit climate change, giving it to Ukraine. This fucking whole border crisis is ridiculous. It shouldn't even have a border crisis.
Oh,
we should have built a goddamn wall bigger than the Great Wall of China.
But we're just intaking by the thousands every day, and it's just
And all the Democrats see is they're padding their votes.
Well, that and that's the main thing. Yes, that's true.
It's just gotten out of hand and ridiculous, and we need to stop. Yeah. People are talking about, we're on the verge of a civil war. I could see that. But what states? Are we going to go north and south again?
The South shall rise again.
Well, General Lee wasn't wrong. It might. That's Nokia.
Oh, my bad.
That's the Nokia ringtone.
Well, I'm about to Nokia.
You want to take us out?
I'm about to Nokia my ass to bed here in about 15 minutes, so I got to at least go in there and put a little snack in my stomach. We're on keto, and I hadn't really been eating a lot. I actually came home today, and I was like, I'm not that hungry. But now I started to get hungry. So anyway, I'm going to go in there and eat in a minute. But as always, Brian, thank you for joining us on this longer than normal episode. Anybody else that is listening or watching this on YouTube later on down the road, thank y'all for watching and giving us more numbers on the YouTube. And do us a favor if you do watch, share it to your page. Give us a shout.
Especially since Anchor's being stupid and won't give me my password so I can put the audio version out.
Yeah. Until Chris can get that done, we're strictly video right now. And you get to see this pretty face. I'm going to get a beard trim tomorrow and a haircut. And maybe next time I'll be a little birdier then. But until then, the next time you see this beautiful, handsome face, and the next time you get to see that big, beautiful, bald head over there who finally shaved all that fuzz off the top of his head.
Yeah, it looked horrible.
Did you gain a pound yet? Have you eaten anything?
I'm down to 162.
You may need to go get checked. You have a problem.
Probably.
You can't stop losing weight. The shot's killing you.
I look good though.
But you're not going to look good when your dick falls off. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for joining us. Chris, take us out.
Well, aside from dicks falling off, I'm really glad that y'all showed up, showed out, and joined us on this episode. Until next time, until we meet again, we'll see you down the road.